Good morning. Meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke told us the snow is coming, and boy, was she right. It left behind a slick and icy drive for you this morning, and that led to a number of crashes last night all across Albuquerque.
We do have complete coverage of the storm and what you need to know before you head out the door this morning. It's basically round two. Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Alvarez.
And I'm Matt Morrow. It is 5:30 on this Thursday, February 6th. It snowed in Albuquerque and several parts of the state overnight. That led to a lot of problems you need to know about this morning.
That's right. There are over 130 school closures and delays. All of them are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We'll get specific in just a bit.
Yes, and we have live team coverage of the weather and the road conditions. Samantha McDonald is in the Northeast Heights. David Romero is out west checking the streets out there. And meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke has been here for quite some time, hard at work on this snow and the winter weather. Kristen, let's start with the snow out there. Is any more coming down?
It's starting to fizzle out across the central part of the state, but out east is still going pretty strongly. So here's a wider look at what's happening out there. You can see light snow just across parts of central New Mexico, mainly along the central mountain chain, and then you head out east, just south of I-40 and into southeast New Mexico, and that's where we're getting a little bit of snow. Had some snow about an hour ago between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, which you can see that those have pretty much diminished, but out towards Santa Rosa, trying to push up along I-40, snow coming down there, and then also light to moderate snow falling between Roswell and Portales, all heading east, and basically this whole system's going to head east. And once we get through the morning, we'll be done with the snow, but round 3 of the snow could roll right back in for tonight. Here's a live look from outside here in the metro area. You can see the cloud cover typically taking over the Sandias as that snow is still coming down there, which is what we would expect for the conditions that are around right now. 19 degrees, winds though from the north at 6 make it feel like it's 11 degrees, so it feels very cold out. Make sure you do bundle up. This is how things will play out through the day in Albuquerque. Still a chance we may get a few flakes going. Probably will not see that, and then we'll start to see some breaks in the cloud as we head through 1 o'clock. A cold day, highs in the 30s by 5 o'clock. Clouds start to thicken back up again as the next storm system heads our way. I'll have details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
As we mentioned, we have been warning you about this latest blast of winter weather, and it is here.
And we can't tell you enough how dangerous the roads are right now. We sent our News 13's Samantha McDonald out live to give us an idea of the latest road conditions. Sam, where exactly are you at?
We're near I-40 and Tramway, and as you can see on the ground, there is some snow, and that is definitely affecting the road conditions. It's slushy in some spots, icy in others. We drove from downtown up to I-40 this morning. It wasn't too bad, but you can take a look at our video we got. There are some parts that were iffy. We exited off San Mateo and I-40 just to check out the conditions, and you can see why so many schools are delayed this morning. There are sheets of ice all over. Last night, travel was slow going on I-40 east of Albuquerque, and state police had to shut down the westbound lanes for several hours because of a crash involving a semi-truck. And now we don't know if it will snow. It could snow throughout the day. We don't know, but for now it is very cold, and it is best to take it easy, allow yourself some extra time this morning. Back to you.
Samantha, thank you very much. We'll be checking back with you throughout the morning to see how things end up shaping up this morning. Thank you.
Okay, take a look at this. Here's a live look, I-40 at Pennsylvania here in Albuquerque. It looks like the roads have been cleared here, but then again, this is on the interstate. It's where a lot of traffic has been. Side streets and some other city streets are going to be a completely different story. And if you're planning to head out of town, either east or west, north or south, look out because the highways are snow-packed and icy. Please give yourself plenty of time.
And for the very latest road conditions and closures across New Mexico, you can always call 511. Easy number to remember. The roads on the east side of town and in the Heights, as you just saw Samantha there, are a bit of a mess, but it's not the only place.
No. And because these roads are so bad, I want to give you a heads up right now. All Albuquerque public schools, East Mountains and the ones in the city, you're on a 2-hour delay. Rio Rancho schools, you are closed. We have no news this morning on Santa Fe public schools. They look like they're on a regular schedule. Check the bottom of your screen. You're going to see that information even during their commercials. Now, we do go to the west side. And out in Rio Rancho, folks, there, you're dealing with the same situation. That's where we sent News 13's David Romero. He is out at 528 and Coors. Good morning, David. How are the roads out on the west side?
Morning, Matt. Well, you know what? It's not too bad. We got to give our hats off to the city and the state crews who have gone through the major thoroughfares around town and have cleared those pathways. Now, the thing that's going to be bad for people to watch out for this morning are those side streets. Now, downtown where the TV station is located, we noticed that along 14th and 15th and those kind of streets, that's where you will still see a lot of accumulation of snow and black ice on the roads. Take a look behind me right now. You can see that it is almost business as usual over here along 528. This is at the hill going up into Rio Rancho from the Coors bypass. You can see cars are able to drive at regular speed this morning. The roads are clear. About all you have to deal with out here right now is the bitter cold. Now, that still doesn't mean that you shouldn't exercise any caution. You should drive slow as you slower than usual because, like I said, you never know when there could be a patch of black ice that could get in the underneath the car, and of course you want to watch out for the other drivers around you. Now again, those side streets are a major reason why schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning, because everybody in the residential areas are going to have to give themselves time to get out of their homes safely and onto the major roads where it is clear. Coming from the west side, further west this morning, the freeways are open and clear. They have been salted in areas where there has been some moisture that was left over overnight, but for the morning commute, you should be okay, but just give yourself some time to get to wherever you're going. Back to you.
Thank you for the update this morning. Now, if this isn't bad enough for you, here's an early warning. Tomorrow morning, starting at 9, Coors going south. All of it is going to be closed from the bypass down to Irving Road. That is so the city can fix a broken water line. All right, once again, this morning, you need to know this. You don't even need to mention it at this point. The roads are slick.
Yes, and as a result, again, the Albuquerque Public School District has issued a 2-hour delay for all schools this morning. Schools in Rio Rancho are closed today. Check out what it was like last night out on the roads. Albuquerque police closed Montano between Paseo and 4th Street because of a number of crashes. Then on 2nd Street, on the off-ramp of I-40, there was a multiple car pileup caused by black ice. No significant injuries, but a city bus had to be called out so that crash victims could stay out of the cold.
So I tried slamming on my brakes, and it was like ice, so I just kept sliding. And then I spun out of control and hit the side of the road, and then I hit the car behind too.
Yeah, it gets very dangerous at times. Again, I want to reiterate, APS is on a 2-hour delay this morning while Rio Rancho schools are closed today. Be sure to stay with KRQE News 13 for the very latest on this winter storm. Again, all closures, delays, scrolling at the bottom of your screen, even during commercials. You can also go to KRQE.com for the very latest information on the winter weather.
All right, 5:38 this morning, the family of a teenager killed in a violent car crash is still waiting for justice this morning, more than a year after they lost their daughter.
Last night on special assignment, we introduced you to the teen's parents. Police say the driver in the crash was the girl's aunt, Christina Montoya. Even though police found alcohol at the scene, and even though police say emergency workers smelled booze on the driver, the family says no one has been held responsible for the girl's death. Police and the district attorney say the crash is still under investigation.
My heart will never be back. It's just when she died, a part of me died.
Montoya was convicted of DWI in another car wreck just weeks after the one that killed her niece. Log on to KRQE.com to watch the full report or tune in tonight on 2 Casa Fox.